Hi Leos, and welcome to your November 2016 General Tarot Forecast. My name is Sky, and I'm here to give you guys hopefully another good reading. I was really happy to see how well received Leo's October reading was. I had so many comments and messages from amazing Leos, and you guys talked about how helpful it was for you guys and the guidance that you felt from it, and it really made me so happy to see the comments, the likes, the subscriptions from the Leos out there, and I so appreciate it. As a Leo rising myself, I'm proud that I'm giving some good Leo flair and good Leo information and advice for you guys. So if you love this reading, you can check the link in the description box below where I have a link to my shop, and you can see the whole process that it entails to book a private reading with me. It's very simple and easily laid out over there. And also, if you see the top right corner of this video, you can click on the circle with the eye in it, so you can just see last month's reading and a few other useful links. I love YouTube's card system. It's been fun to kind of integrate some things in with that. And anyway, let's see what's coming forward for Leos in November. So you guys are coming from October, really busy, really kind of a draining month for you guys, lots of energy, and you're getting a little bit of time to rest and rejuvenate, and that's going to be great. You've got the Four of Swords right there in the upright position, and I see you guys really being able to take some time to get some actual rest. Even if you don't just have that time to stay in bed like you were wanting to, you're going to be taking steps throughout your day to rejuvenate, to recharge. I see some Leos potentially going to a spa, potentially having some kind of acupuncture or chiropractic or massage work done, something that's healing and gives you a sense that like de-stresses you to some extent, because you're preparing. There's something coming forward in late November or even early in December and moving into the new year where you're going to be very busy and you're going to need a lot of energy. You've got the Chariot and the Moon as your two major arcana cards. And that just says to me that this period of resting and recharging is very necessary, because you're going to use the energy that you gain in November to then charge forward into the future and to do some major accomplishing of your goals. And because you're kind of ready to reestablish yourself financially too. You've got the King of Pentacles in reversed. This could be a person in your life, but I'm choosing to interpret it in this spread as your financial system, and there's something about it that you're not liking. You want to rebudget, you want to get out of debt, you want to spend your money a little bit differently, and you're taking steps in November to reassess the system, and that's going to be very rewarding for you. However, you've got the Two of Swords moving forward into the month, and this, I think that just the rest that you do and some of these new systems that you're trying to set up into your life, they're going to come with a few choices. They're going to come with a few different paths that you can take, and you might feel like you're going blindly into the future, and it might be kind of a struggle to adjust to this feeling because you've got the King of Wands in reverse too. So there could be there are potentially, well, you've got a lot of court cards. You've got the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. And, we can interpret those as people or kind of aspects of your own personality. As it relates to the King of Wands, this could be someone who's very passionate, a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Not necessarily male or female. I don't like to attach gender to the court cards, but it's that energy, that masculine energy, who has fallen out of favor a little bit. Some of these more mature masculine energies have fallen out of favor, like the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Both are not serving you very well right now, it would appear. So I think, and as it relates to aspects of your own personality, you might just be trying to reassess, yes, your budgets, the way you spend your money, but then for the King of Wands, you're trying to reassess your creative process, trying to reassess how you channel your passion, your artistic expression. You're trying to structure it a little bit, because the King of Wands can be a bit unstructured, but when it falls into the reverse, I see that you're trying to hone into that structured side of that king. So, and that's going to be good, because I think that you're going to find a new way to accomplish your goals more quickly, because then you're going to step into the role of the Knight of Pentacles, where you will really get a burst of energy, and that again is going to come from that Four of Swords, where you take this time to recharge, you take a spa day, you take a few days to yourself and rest. That's going to be so paramount in November, because then you're really going to have to use that energy and burst forward, but there's going to be a lot of accomplishment if you can do that. The Chariot upright in a reading speaks of victory, of accomplishment, of not stopping until you reach your goals, ambition. Those are all things that I think of when I think of the Chariot. And you guys also have the Moon reversed, and that's at the bottom of the issue, sort of the foundation of everything, the bottom of the deck in this case. And you guys, there's potentially a bit of trauma that you need to heal from. That could also be what you're trying to work with during this resting period. You may have potentially gone through a difficult time when you were very busy. You had a lot on your plate, and you weren't really able to face some of these more heavy energies head on. You had so much on your plate that you just had to coexist with them and not really acknowledge them. So you're going to be taking this period of time, this resting period of time, to also do some emotional spring cleaning. And I think that that's a great thing to be doing in autumn. We're kind of releasing some of the things that don't serve us anymore. We're letting go of things that we know can't materialize into our lives. And that's going to be great for Leos to do, because you don't want to get a false impression of what's actually sturdy in your life, which can happen with the Moon. You don't fool yourself, because like the Moon, I always think that it's never like a surprise. Like we always, when you get into the whole interpretation of the Moon that it's delusional, it's false, I do think it can be that way, but I think we always know. I think that we, in fact, kind of take joy in creating that for ourselves when we see the Moon. It's not so much what I think of when we're unaware of it so much. So be aware of how you're fooling yourself. Be aware of, what in your life you've kind of set up to be a false representation of what it actually is. It's one thing to fool somebody else, I guess, but just make sure you're not fooling yourself in November. That's going to be really important. And there is one more perspective that I would like to take some of this from, and that is how potentially some Leos are caught up in some gossip. You've got that Two of Swords, and with all these court cards in there as well, it's a big potential that you might be asked to lie about something, or you might be asked to kind of, again, we're getting into that falsity with the Moon. If it's not about yourself, some of your friends might be asking you to lie to another friend or something, and you don't want to, but at the same time, you know that if you don't, it's going to put relationships with other people up into the air. So you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place in that aspect. And I think that the main signal to do is to just step back and to let it play out on its own. I don't think that you guys need to lie for sure right now. It might be another thing if you just want to step back away from both parties and let it play out on its own, but you don't need to be lying right now, because that's going to drain you, and it will probably have future repercussions, I think, because the Four of Swords also has an aspect of karma to it. You're kind of making that decision, because the latter half of the swords are kind of a difficult experience, the 5 through the 10. They're a difficult experience. And when the Four of Swords comes into your spread, the universe is kind of testing you. The universe is seeing if you have pure intentions and if you are using your power wisely. If you are, it'll let you regress back through the swords, go back through the 3-2 and the Ace, the 3 can be difficult too, but generally the first half of the swords are a little bit easier to navigate than the second half. But if you use your power unwisely, or for egoic needs, or to fool and trick other people, you're going to have to go through that whole series of the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, which is always a very kind of life-altering time period for everybody. And you guys don't have any of that right now. You guys don't have any of those later sword cards in your reading, so it's not something that you currently have to deal with. You don't have to deal with kind of extreme upheaval right now, or feelings of betrayal, or feelings of that people are taking advantage. You don't have to feel that right now. If you are feeling it right now, it's because you've chosen to be there. But if you choose to kind of lie and gossip and take take advantage of the truth and make the truth into something it's not, then you will probably find yourself confronted with the latter half of the sword suit. So just be aware of that. And on the upside, though, there are a lot of Leos who have a little bit of karma that's coming back to them, like positive karma. There's anyone who's done Leos wrong, like watch out, because that's going to be leveled in November. That's another thing that I think about the Chariot. It's kind of like that swift delivery of karma. And generally when it's in the upright, it's people that have wronged you will be faced with that. So you'll see, if you feel that anyone's wronged you, Leo, you're going to see them have to deal with that and have to own up to that. And you'll also be getting rewarded for anything that you were denied by somebody else. So the universe looks like it's going to be rewarding you. And in a form, I think that's just going to be with rest. And being able to detach from the situation, being able to this could be your head getting a break from it all. Like if you've had a very obsessive mind about something, if you've not been able to get your mind off of it, rest will be coming. If you've been given no breaks, if you've been having to stay on your feet and you've been having to take care of somebody or run a business and you've not had any kind of balance for that, rest is coming. And so many things it looks like are going to start entering into a transformative space. You don't have that much transformative energy in here, but it looks like it's building up to that, with the Chariot and the Moon. I see them as the stage between the transformation, You've not got death or, like the Hanged Man or Ten of Swords, anything like that really represents the death and rebirth phase. Judgment, cards like that, they're not there, but you've got the cards that sort of represent the in-between phase where you've either just gone through a transformation or you're being prepared to go through a transformation. So even though things may seem like they're flowing smoothly and easily right now, there might even be a sense of boringness, but don't worry, because things will pick up. The universe is trying to let you rest right now because you've been through a lot and you're kind of not used to it. You're not used to having this resting period. So you might feel like, oh, this is kind of boring because I'm not used to it. I'm always so busy and I'm always so in charge of everything. And I just feel like my life isn't exciting anymore. Don't worry. There's plenty of excitement coming forward for you guys with the Chariot there. And the universe just wants you to know that you just need to do you for a little while, and you will be faced with another scenario in which you are very busy and doing things that you enjoy, it looks like. So allow yourself to rest this November and allow yourself to do what you need to do, like not what other people need to do, because the universe is karmically pulling all the other people in your life where they need to go. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your concern right now. Just kind of step back and let the universe take over for a little while. Zone out of it all. Detach a little bit. Do like Aquarius. Do like your opposite sign and detach a little bit. And you'll see, once November's passed, you'll see yourself really being able to accomplish things a lot easier. You'll see other people getting where they need to be too, who are close to you in your life. And just follow your gut. Allow yourself some time to experience some tranquility, and I hope that you guys have a great November. Again, if this reading really resonated for you guys, you can jump over and book a private reading with me on my shop, which is linked in the description box below. Also, I so appreciate any subscribers or anyone who subscribes to my YouTube channel. And if you guys want to talk about this reading in the comments, if you have any other interpretations, or you would like to provide your own experience as it relates to these archetypes or what I've talked about, I love to get in a conversation with you guys. And I will see you guys either mid-November or in December with some new exciting things from my channel. So again, I appreciate the support so much, and I appreciate just how great all of you Leos have been to me since my new undertaking with my channel. So have a really good November, guys. I'll see ya.